everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Fourtress of, a podcast about movies and TV shows and video games and lots of pop culture nerd things. My name is Oscar. I'll be one of your hosts today, and with me, per usual, are two of your other hosts. We got Alex and Brian here.
What up?
Today? Woo, man, we got a lot of stuff to get to. It's a full show. How you guys doing?
Not bad.
Doing well. Doing okay. Maybe well is the wrong word. I'm actually doing pretty shitty. But
it's
just that I didn't get very much sleep. I'm a pretty sleepy boy today. But I'm
you didn't get sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Listen. You made a conscious choice to become a father.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my life for the next however many years.
Life is great. I get a couple hours of sleep every night. It's wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
Last time he slept 2 years ago.
Right. I don't know what sleep is anymore. All right, guys. Since we have such a packed show, let's get into it with our first segment of the week.
News talk.
Let's start off because, our main topic clearly is about a lot of Disney Marvel stuff. But, DC did one little thing. They're like, hey, don't forget about us. And they showed off the last Black Adam trailer because, they're desperate. I will honestly say this, if the action is as good as this trailer, I it might be fun. I still think The Rock's probably the worst part of this entire movie, unfortunately, because everyone else looks fucking fantastic. And but I don't know. I don't know.
I want it to be good. I have a feeling it's going to probably hit a pretty solid, maybe 65-70%, as far as like critics are going to, which is a shame only because Shazam is so good that I would want something in the same universe to be as good. And I feel like
I think that's my biggest thing is like, how do those two mesh?
Yeah, it feels like such a different, like, I get it's the same like comical universe, but it looks like a totally different styled film.
Right.
Tonally, it's night and day.
Right.
But it's got heavy hitter actors in it. People love The Rock, and The Rock loves action movies. And you know who also loves The Rock? China. So this movie's gonna make a fuck ton of money.
Word.
No matter what, I wouldn't be surprised if it easily passes $1 billion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah. We'll see. It looks like I really don't want DC to make The Rock their new like center of this universe, but
he's all they got.
It's looking like I know that's what sucks. I don't know. We'll see. That movie comes out next month, but yeah,
I'm not incredibly excited about it, but I'll see it.
Yeah, everything else about it looks kind of fun.
I don't think it'll be bad.
Yeah.
But it does look like there's one action sequence in this whole movie because all I were seeing is the same thing. I was like, what else
they
happens?
Keep showing the same city scene
bro?
over and over again.
That's what I'm worried about. But hey, this movie could be 90 minutes of just The Rock kicking ass. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. And Pierce Brosnan looking good.
Pierce Brosnan, man. Dr. Fate looking great. Also, I didn't say this earlier, listeners, check the time codes if you want to skip to anything or avoid spoilers or anything like that. Yeah. Onward, or should I say forward? Because Ubisoft had a forward is what they're called. Which they did a bunch of crap and showed off a bunch of games that
it's like 1,000 Assassin's Creed things. Do they make other things, or is it
they
do doubling down?
They all feel like the same game though.
Yeah, they announced a bunch of stuff and like none of it was really that big of a deal. More Division stuff. I don't know who plays that game still. Anyways, they had Rocksmith Plus though that I thought Alex would be interested in.
You know, I played Rocksmith for a couple weeks, but there's like this really intense lag, which a lot of people probably remember from Guitar Hero and stuff. But when you're playing an actual instrument, it's next to impossible to enjoy. You gotta like there's workarounds. So you gotta like set up like actual speakers to plug into your console instead of using the HDMI. Because the HDMI is what gives you the lag for the audio. And I just never went around to doing that. I think one day I will, and it's gonna be very amazing. Because I hear nothing but great things about the game, but I gotta hook it up correctly. So one day,
right?
Gotcha.
But yes, they announced a shit ton of Assassin's Creed stuff because it's their 15th anniversary. One of them being Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I haven't been excited about an Assassin's Creed game in a while, but this one actually kind of got me.
Mirage, the trailer looked pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks like they've gone back to their roots of the first / second one, and also they have said that because this was supposed to be like their 15th anniversary game, they are going back to that, which means it'll probably be like a 15-20 hour game, which I fucking love. And they're like, we're going to emphasize more back to stealth assassinations and parkour, much like the original games were, whereas not big open world RPG stuff, which I'm happy about because those games are too fucking big.
I think 3 was the last one that I played, so I don't even. For me, it has always been like this. But I understand that there was a dozen or so games that I just didn't play.
Yeah, it got way too big after that.
Right. I have Origins and I have Odyssey as well. I haven't played either of them, and I hear they're good, but they're just so damn long. And the open world video games are just. I don't think they're for me anymore. I don't know. Just maybe if they do it really well, but most people just don't. That's definitely one of those games where it's like you get to a point where you're just checking a checklist, like getting the shit off your map at a certain point, and I think that's not fun in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, this game is definitely tighter, and it looks like it hopefully will be.
Right. They also announced a bunch of future stuff, which I don't think these are the real names because they're code names, but whatever. One of them being a mobile game codenamed Jade, but it takes place in China, which is cool. But also, it's a mobile game. So
I've been saying this since day one that they need to do like a feudal Asia, like ninjas or samurais.
Yep.
But they fucked up putting on a mobile. Like I don't know what they clearly were not listening to me.
They did that, but then they did listen to you with Codename Red, which they're saying is their next big. That's like their next big open world one, which is actually in Japan.
Oh,
you are like a ninja assassin, so hopefully they do it well. And I think open world Japan sounds cool, but I really want to know how open and big that world actually is.
I thought they just finished saying that they're not doing open world. Now they're, except for Red. Is Red going to be their last open world? Or are they just doing both?
I don't know.
They're just going to do all of them, including mobile games.
I think they've also said like they're not going to try to do like an everything jack of all trades games anymore. They're going to like focus on certain elements for games. And I think this is one they're going to focus on open worldy stuff. Whereas like Mirage is going to focus on smaller stuff, which is cool that not every game is a giant open world RPG and they can switch it up. I like that idea, but I don't know how the execution will go.
I wonder how Ubisoft is doing as far as like sales and stuff. Maybe they're trying to change their kind of like philosophy because of how they've been doing. Because their games all feel very samey. That's my biggest criticism. They're probably my least favorite like game publisher / developer. Because I think all their games just end up like Far Cry, all those kind of games. They just end up being the
Watch Dogs. They're all open world
the same
collectible thons.
Damn game.
And they also announced Codename Hexe, which is another. They didn't go much into detail, but apparently it's gonna be like involving witches, witchcraft, and shit. So that's
30-second
interesting.
teaser. They're turning into American Horror Story. American Horror
Story.
They're just gonna give you everything every single season.
All these anthology video games.
Yeah,
basically.
Lady Gaga's the next one.
They're also doing a TV series, right?
Yes, that was another thing they talked about. Their deal with Netflix. I didn't know it was gonna be live action, and now I'm like, oh fuck, I thought it was gonna be like a Castlevania animated.
Don't fucking do it. Netflix does not make good shit. And also, the movie already sucks. So why are you taking another crack at this shit? Don't do it.
There is a movie, right?
Right. Who would have thought?
I still haven't seen that.
It is terrible. It is a terrible movie. No one should watch it.
So
uninspired.
Netflix is doing The Witcher, right?
Yes.
Maybe they're just gonna do a bunch of video game things. You know, maybe that's their new.
Yeah, they seem to try it with everything.
We heard about them potentially doing an Assassin's Creed thing, but I thought it was from the same guy that did Castlevania, so I was excited.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But now it's like the scope that Assassin's Creed games have with like the buildings, and I feel like it's gonna look super CG fake in this live action version, but I don't know.
Or even worse, it'll look like and I don't like. That's the thing. That's what's so weird about Netflix. They're so hit or miss. Like The Witcher, great series, awesome, great live action series. They actually put decent money into it, but then they can go and make like the Cowboy Bebop live action, and that was terrible. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah,
I can't trust them.
You can't. I also wonder who they'll get to star. Are they going to go like Witcher one big main player, or are they going to get a bunch of, ethnically accurate, mostly unknown people like their avatars?
Netflix is not going to be ethnically accurate. They're just going to put random ethnicities everywhere because that's what they like to do.
I mean, yeah.
They made Wesker fucking black and Resident Evil for no damn reason. Made no sense. We're not mad at it, but it was very weird.
And then the last big thing they finally talked about, their Infinity, which people thought was a game. Now we've learned a little. It's like a weird hub world that people can access to get to other games like Hexe and Red, which I don't really know what the hell that means.
Metaverse.
Like, yes, but I still don't know what that means.
No one does. It's just it's a buzzword that we throw around. It means nothing.
So Infinity is a game?
It's it's experience.
Yeah, they're like treating it. They're saying like it's like a weird launcher that you can get into, but also all that open or the present day like meta stories and all those games is only gonna be in this Infinity thing. But it's also a hub for players to gather and then go to those other games, and it's weird. They also said the multiplayer is gonna find a way to get into there, which I love the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, so I'm glad they're bringing that back in some way. But it's still weird as hell.
Yeah, they're trying to get kind of meta fourth wall breaking with it, which I think is cool. I thought the most entertaining part to me, which I know a lot of people disagree, was the real time stuff, the stuff that was happening present day. I wanted to know more about that story more than I cared about like Ezio's story or something like that. And they just got rid of it. They were just like, we don't care about doing that.
Oh, wow,
anymore.
really?
Yeah, they don't really focus on that.
And they've even said like now all their games will no longer have that story. The present day stuff will only be in this Infinity thing.
Wait, so when was the last one with like the Animus or whatever?
I think that up until recently, all of them have. It's just got significantly smaller in every single game. Like, so it's clear that they're like most people don't care about this, which I don't agree with.
It was pretty interesting. That's the only like story beats that I really remember. I mean, I guess everything else is like historical fiction.
I mean, that stuff's fun too, but yeah, I was more interested in the Doomsday Clock stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
Interesting.
But yeah. And then they talked about how, not all their games will be 150 hours, and they're going to focus on one game or focus on each game being its own thing, which cool. Maybe they'll get this right. Who the fuck knows?
I hope so. It's another game series that, like, I know it's beloved. A lot of people really enjoy these games. I want to love them, but none of them really caught my fancy yet. So
I'm not going to lie. This made me think, like, all right, I want to play Valhalla now to play Mirage, even though it doesn't really matter, I know. But I'm like, all right, I got a year to get through Valhalla.
You got a year to spend.
Which I'm gonna need a year to beat that stupid fucking game.
You can't put it down. As soon as you put it down, 80 hours in, you're never gonna pick it back up again.
I know. It's terrible. Ugh. So yeah, that was the biggest part of the Ubisoft thing. So there was nothing else that was really new or that I don't think any of us really play or care about that much. So cool. Thanks, Ubisoft, for 2 hours and only really needed a half hour, but that's okay. That's the news, everyone. We made it. Shall we now move on to our main topic of the week, guys?
Let's do it.
We shall.
I didn't know that this was separate.
Yeah.
I thought we were just putting it on.
Yes, listeners, we're trapped in another fortress. This is kind of another hybrid newsy main topic, but since it is its own thing, we decided to make it the main topic on its own. This week, we're trapped in a fortress that is, it's the mouse again. Michael Mouse himself.
Michael Mouse. Is that what Mickey's short for?
I don't know.
Michael J. Mouse.
He's Michael J. Fox's brother. Yes, listeners, because we are in the fortress of
Disney Day.
Disney Day. Disney Plus Day. D23.
D23.
Roll for initiative. I don't know.
Yeah. Disney had their big D23 Expo this weekend and Disney Plus Day stuff as well. And they unveiled a lot of, Lucasfilm, Marvel, 20th Century Studios, Pixar stuff. And we're going to just go through some of those things. Obviously, we're not going to get through it all because, one, it's too much. Two, we don't care about all of it. Let's be honest here. Let's first start, because we know you guys probably want to hear this. Let's get through the Lucasfilm stuff first.
Interesting.
Starting with, they showed another trailer for Andor. That show's coming in like a week and a half.
Man, I am excited.
I'm very excited for that. I don't know if you guys caught, this is kind of a tie into Disney Plus Day. They had a little special preview on Disney Plus Day for Andor. It's like an 8-minute thing, and it's like a good chunk of scene. The scene is really good. I really enjoyed it. And it also looks really good. I'm very excited for that show though. Yeah, but I wasn't as excited when they first announced the show way back when and showed some stuff, but now I'm into this. And
what's changed? Just seeing more of it.
Yeah, seeing it, I was like, okay, because I was always worried that with that character, based on who he is in Rogue One, that they're gonna make him, he's actually a good guy. Whereas spoilers for Rogue One, he stone cold kills someone in the first scene he's in that movie. So I'm like, he should be a ruthless killer, clearly. And so it looks like they're kind of sticking to that. I also like the building of the rebellion and some espionage stuff. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this quite a lot.
Yeah. After the way they Disneyified Boba Fett, I was a little lukewarm on this. That they were just going to keep doing that over and over again with the anti-hero kind of situation. But tonally, it looks different enough that
it does. Yeah, it feels very, very far away from the Mandalorian style aesthetic that we've gone accustomed to. And I think I think it's the first one, the first like live action Disney Star Wars show that's not shot on those LED screens that are replacing the green screens. I don't know how much of this is green screen, but I'm sure a lot of it's practical.
Yeah.
But it definitely has like a brand new type of feel for it. It looks great.
Yeah, very much entwined with the Rogue One aesthetic as well. So
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Next, they just announced Bad Batch season 2 is coming in January. I quite liked that first season of that show. They didn't show a trailer for the public, like, or for us.
I never saw that.
It's good. I think it's
you should. It's a good like standalone. There's some tie-ins to like past of that show, like Clone Wars and Rebels, but for the most part, you could just watch that show on its own and understand everything that's going on, which is cool. And the characters are all fun and they're all good. Yeah.
Little girl's the worst part, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a kid's show. You gotta always forget that part. Next, Willow. I'm not gonna lie, I never gave a shit about Willow. Haven't seen that movie.
Right.
This trailer
dope as fuck.
looks pretty good.
Is this Star Wars related? What is this doing in this section?
Willow was because it's Lucasfilm, so it's all within that bracket. So Willow was an old movie from the 90s, 80s, 90s. I can't remember.
Oh my God.
With Warwick Davis, who has played many things. He was one of the main Ewoks in Star Wars. He was I'm pretty sure he was one of the goblins in Harry Potter. People know who he is.
Okay.
For the most part. He's back, and I like it because I had never watched it. I don't know what it's about, but it's a fantasy story, very children oriented. But this trailer, like Brian and I just said, look fucking dope.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
The shots are really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in the cinematography of this movie. It definitely gives me Lord of the Rings vibes.
Surprisingly so. I was like, oh, it looked like they put money into this, surprisingly.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of get vibes from, I think it's a Disney movie that came out a couple years ago. I
can't tell if you're talking about Narnia or not.
A Wrinkle in Time, I think.
Oh, Wrinkle in Time.
Ooh,
it was really, really, really bad. It has
that looked bad.
I think it has Oprah in there and a bunch of other people. But man, oh man, was it bad! I watched the whole damn thing too.
Bad. Oh damn! Oh no!
Yeah,
that's the one you wish you could wipe from your brain.
It was a struggle. It felt like a joke. Yeah. It felt like a big fat joke. And I'm not sure if the movie was making fun of itself or if the movie was making fun of me for watching it.
I just remember the trailer, and I remember it having a really bad song that it used, and then that made me not want to watch it when I saw that trailer.
It also just looks so generic.
Yep.
Like I didn't like it was just ugh. Yeah, it looked not great.
Well, let's hope this
It was pretty much everything you would expect from
right.
But probably worse. But I don't know, something about the look of I'm glad that you like the way it looks, but something about the particularly
I could see the comparison you're making though. I could definitely see it.
It looks
could easily be a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's like that super sharp, polished fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah,
I don't know, something about it.
I think it's mostly just surprised me. It caught me off guard because I was like not interested in this at all.
It looks a lot better than that other hot garbage movie.
Yeah.
All right, don't watch Wrinkle in Time. I learned today.
No,
right? Yeah,
don't do that.
Something that I think we all might actually watch because it's only going to be 6 shorts apparently, and it looks great. Tales of the Jedi. We finally got to see the first trailer of it. This looks dope.
Wow, this is everything that I need in my life.
So it looks like, from what I'm pretty sure they've said, it's going to be 6 shorts and three Ahsoka, like one Ahsoka story takes place over 3 episodes, and then the Count Dooku story takes over the other 3 episodes. I believe. I could be wrong though.
Oh, I guess it makes sense from the trailer. Those are like the 2 main characters.
That's all you see. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I wonder what these other 4 episodes are going to be about.
Yeah. But yeah, the young Count Dooku story, I'm really interested in. It looks
that seems
cool.
more interesting than Ahsoka. Like, we're already going to get a show about her. We already have so much content with her.
And Dooku doesn't get much story at all. In
he just kind of like pops up in that second film. Like,
they're like, holy shit!
I was like, am I supposed to know who this is? Like, who's
fucking Count Dooku? Oh no, he's the most fearsome man on earth. Who was gonna let me know this? I never seen this man in my life.
That is supposed to go with this.
A lot of characters in those prequel movies kind of just pop up like that, where you're just kind of like, who is it? Why do I care?
Same thing with General Grievous and 3. They're like, oh, we've been hunting him for. I'm like, wait, who? Who was hunting him? I didn't know about this man.
They talk like they know each other, but then all that happened off screen. So I'm like, I don't know him.
Right.
Good to see you again. We didn't see you the first time.
Right. Again, I don't know you, stranger. Stranger danger.
So yeah, about time we're getting some stuff about him.
Yeah, I like how he still has the curved handle on his lightsaber, even though it's blue.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he just rocked with that no matter what. Okay.
He fancy.
He was a man of high regard.
He got class.
Yeah.
Definitely
He's a pinky up Jedi. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We also see that young Qui-Gon, because I kind of forgot that Qui-Gon was his Padawan, so we get young Qui-Gon.
Oh, I don't think I caught him. I appreciated that the trailer had subtitles built in, so we could like identify the different characters.
Right. That and the biggest thing for me, besides Count Dooku, it looked like Count Dooku gonna fight Yaddle, bro. It looks like Yaddle gets a fucking fight scene, man.
Fucking go.
That's
which means
the female Yoda. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, which means Count Dooku fought both Yaddle and Yoda.
Oh, wow.
I think that's hilarious.
Yaddle deserves better.
Maybe we'll see what happened to Yaddle. Who knows? Oh no.
I assume she's dead. Yeah. I mean, Order 66. Like,
I don't. There's probably a book or something that says what happened. I don't know. I don't remember.
I just assume with all the other Jedi Masters, she got murked. Unless she went into hiding or something.
Because Yaddle didn't even get the jump from 1 to 2.
Maybe that's where Grogu comes from. Do we know?
Yaddle shaved her head.
Grogu is what, 50 years old? So maybe they got together in the prequels. Actually, maybe we'll see Baby Yoda, Grogu in this.
Oh boy, I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
That would be pretty sick. That would be sick. He's the post credit scene.
Yeah,
his birth.
Oh god!
All the children watching will be confused. They're like, but he's a baby. Like, what is he doing here?
Right. It's like a super graphic Yaddle birth.
I want to move on. I'm done with this. I hate it.
All right. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Ahsoka, they didn't show shit. They didn't say shit. But there was one piece of news that happened actually before the whole conference. Was that this is by the Hollywood Reporter, that apparently Ezra Bridger, who's a pretty big character from Rebels and will be in this Ahsoka show, was casted. And no, it wasn't Mina Masood, the guy that played Aladdin, that everyone thought was like a shoo-in to play, considering once you're under that Disney banner, you know, they really give you kind of everything in that Disney universe. You're destined to do a Marvel and a Star Wars at some point. But no, it went to a person named Iman Esfandi. Cool. Looks dope. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see Ezra in live action.
Neat.
Yeah. That was all they showed about Ahsoka. Not much. Next, this was probably the big boy that everyone was waiting for. The Mandalorian Season 3 trailer, teaser, whatever. Yeah, looks like more of the Mandalorian. The moment that got me the most was when Homegirl says, she calls him his dad. She says, your dad, to Grogu.
Yeah, that was
And I was
cool.
like, that's fucking adorable.
That was pretty cool. But they kind of preferenced it earlier. Maybe it was a callback of the last season when the Forger Mandalorian was talking to Mando. It was like, oh yeah, you're not a Mandalorian anymore. But before she says that, she's like, this one is like your child or something. I can't remember the word she said.
Right.
But it kind of was foreshadowing that more characters are accepting that they are father and son.
Father and weird alien boy.
Yeah. Adopted. We adopted him.
Yes.
From Germany.
My favorite scene was, or my favorite moment in this trailer was, I think it was like one of the last two shots at the very, very end, when they're flying in the spaceship and doing all the twists and turns. But there's just like one shot of Mando with little Grogu in his lap, and they're just like hitting light speed and just like cruising and like cuddling together. And I'm not gonna lie, I almost teared up. I was like, damn, I was not prepared for this. I'm not getting like all the cliche stuff. I said this before. All the cliche stuff about being a new parent is 100% accurate. You just
right.
I can't think. I watch things differently now, and things hit me a lot differently, and that really hit me.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really emotional, guys.
It's only gonna be a matter of time before your baby is Grogu for Halloween.
I have newfound love for Grogu was always pretty cool, but now he's really fucking cool.
Oh no, you're gonna turn into a Disney adult now. You're gonna have a baby on board thing on your car, but it's gonna be Grogu.
I'm looking. I'm on the hunt for the perfect one.
I saw that the other day, and I was like, "Oh no, this is the new Disney adult." Now that Star Wars is under Disney.
Yeah.
Now the Star Wars people are weird.
I've been looking for the perfect one. I'm not sure if Grogu's gonna be it or not. He's a little too easy, you know.
I'm trying to think of other baby characters that'd be good.
Yeah, I'm taking suggestions.
Maybe that'll be a podcast episode. Best babies in media.
That's not bad.
I'm leaning towards the baby Goku, but we'll see.
Baby Goku. Oh, I did see that one recently. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's not bad. Baby Groot, Baby Rocket.
Nope,
coming
I hate
up.
Baby Groot.
I don't think
Don't
so.
want it.
Good suggestion. Keep them coming, but no.
One last thing from this Mandalorian trailer, we do see a character that we have seen before in The Rise of Skywalker, the movie that everyone loved and adored. Do you guys remember the little mechanic, Babu Frick, the little dude that fixed C-3PO? Yeah. You catch a quick glimpse of him in this Mandalorian trailer, so I wonder what that's about. Cool. They're just tying things as much as they can, even, trying to course correct. Whatever.
They shouldn't take anything from this.
We also saw the Minnesotan mechanic and high school teacher.
Oh.
Looks like she's coming back.
Your favorite character?
Unfortunately.
I don't like any of her roles, to be honest with you. I agree with you that I think she loves playing the most annoying character you've ever met before in your life.
I don't really know. Yes, I don't really know her from other stuff. I do recognize that she's a popular actor, but this character is a no for me.
I think she kind of grew on me a little in Boba Fett because I don't think she was as sporadic. I like that she just shows up, gives the baby to Mando. Like, I like her loyalty, but so, she's totally a country bumpkin from Tatooine.
Y'all come back now.
Said Minnesotan.
Wherever the fuck. I don't know. It's definitely not outer space, I'll tell you that much.
All right. And the last thing from the Lucasfilm panel, Indiana Jones 5, Harrison Ford there. Apparently he was very emotional and potentially made it seem like this was going to be his last film ever.
Wow. I mean, how old is this man? He's like 85?
He's like 387.
He's very old. I think he's like 75, 78.
Man broke his leg just fucking walking in last Star Wars. Like
he's crashed planes like 17 times.
I'm pretty sure he broke his leg, like not doing anything very intense. He was just kind of walking around.
A door fell on him.
He wasn't doing an action scene or anything
Falcon
like that.
Door fell.
Okay, but doors should not be falling on people. But that's a little funny.
But I just know that was he definitely like walked off. Well, I guess he limped off set after that, just pissed because you already know he doesn't like Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
it was like ain't a fucking Millennium Falcon door fell on me. Fuck this stupid movie.
I didn't want to do this shitty movie.
This is why I didn't want. This is why I hate Star Wars. I'm so great.
He probably didn't show up on set for months after that because he was just pissed off.
They're like, Harrison, your leg's fine. You're allowed to go back to set. No,
it's broken. Look at it. Take me home.
He just snaps it again.
I mean, knowing about the drugs that man does, I would not be surprised if he did exactly that. Right. He just coked out, broke his own leg.
Does he even want to do
funny.
Indiana Jones?
That's the thing.
That any better for him?
He fucking loves Indiana Jones.
Interesting.
Which is so weird because Indiana Jones and Han Solo are like the same person.
I guess he's the star of Indiana Jones, though. He's not like.
I think he just hates space, man.
I mean, maybe.
He hates all these weird aliens and Wookiees, and he's like fucking sick of these robots. But no, he absolutely adores Indiana Jones, and which is why he wanted to do this fifth movie. I think it might have been a deal that he would do that last Star Wars, but he's doing Indy 5.
We'll give you Indiana Jones, but you got to do a couple of Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's like fine, just kill me, just kill me in it. Just make me dead.
Right. We didn't see any footage. They haven't released that but they showed some there. Apparently, it was very emotional.
Interesting
flashbacks from old movies.
That fourth one was not it, so we'll see.
No, it was not. Maybe they'll make up for it. It's directed by James Mangold, who did Logan and a lot of other good stuff. So I think this has a chance to be really good. And then the last thing, which was kind of cool, we'll get to it later, but Ke Huy Quan, who played Short Round, which is not really a great name anymore. Short Round from Indiana Jones and what's the second one called? Temple of Doom, the little boy. He was at D23 because he's going to be in something later we'll talk about. But it was cool. They had a little reunion.
They're so cute.
There's a couple photos of the two of them going around because he's like he's like 48, 50 or something now. So it's like he's a grown ass man now. But it was kind of cool that they haven't seen each other apparently for quite some time. Yeah,
that's cool.
Into it.
All right, that was Lucasfilm. Let's get to Marvel. Starting with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. We didn't see any new footage, but apparently they released a new trailer that was very much like, yeah, T'Challa's dead, but we're moving on and we're gonna have strength. And apparently a lot of focus was on Angela Bassett's character, the mother, which I'm in for. I'm all into it. She's fucking great.
She's Black Panther.
That would
be amazing.
Angela Bassett's Black Panther. She would never.
I remember her from the What If animated one of the episodes where weirdly they killed T'Challa in a lot of those episodes.
Yeah.
But in the one where Killmonger takes over and she takes up like a mantle a little bit, she gives a great speech, and I was like almost in tears for her. She's like she's great. So this movie's gonna be a heart wrencher.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yep.
So yeah,
we showing up in all white, boys. We gotta.
That's true. I mean, they wear all white at his funeral. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's cool. I'm down. I can't go, but I'll wear white.
He'll wear white for the day.
Yeah, I'll wear white when I watch it on Disney Plus one day.
Next, not really. They talked about Ironheart. Apparently, they showed some footage tying in because that character is going to be introduced in Black Panther. Not much there. Cool.
Who the hell is Ironheart?
The new Iron Man.
She takes up the new Iron Man, basically.
Oh,
she builds her own Iron Man suit.
Interesting.
She's super smart and builds her own.
And she's also black.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah. I don't think she's going to be Wakandan. I don't think.
That's racist,
but
dude.
she's going to be introduced in this.
She's going to be from Minnesota.
she's definitely from Minnesota. Well, that's cool. I didn't know about this black Iron Man lady. That's really dope.
Yeah. This one, next thing, got an actual trailer, and this is for Secret Invasion. This one I'm actually pretty excited for, mostly because it's about damn time Nick Fury got his own thing. He's always in the background saying 3 lines and not doing much.
Where's he been? I know what's her name from How I Met Your Mother was like, you've been gone for too long, but when was the last time
he's been in space?
He's hanging out with the Skrulls.
Last time we saw him was at the end of WandaVision.
Oh, for real?
No, last time we saw him was at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, or the second one, Far From Home, the second one.
Oof.
And where you find out, because Nick Fury's in that movie, but then at the end you find out it's just a bunch of Skrulls, and it's not actually him. Huh. And he's actually just been hanging out in space with all these aliens, just chilling.
Oh, chilling, like he's been on vacation? You don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and apparently he's back now because, Skrulls are, they taking over the planet.
Cool.
That's another person that's getting fucking old. It's Samuel L. Jackson. He's in his 70s for
yeah,
sure.
but he will do this role until he dies. I think he just loves doing movies.
He really is like a stunt person or like running. He just kind of show, like a shows up kind of guy.
Yeah.
He'll sit in a chair. He'll stand maybe.
I think he has the most IMDb credits of like any person. He has like 270 something.
He does a lot of
something
shit,
crazy
dude.
like that. It was a trivia question at like some trivia that I went to the other day, and
that's pretty fucking cool.
270 something. Yeah, I was like, damn.
I am not surprised. That dude is in a lot of stuff.
He's also been working for decades.
I really liking the spy espionage stuff, giving me a lot of Winter Soldier vibes, which that's my favorite MCU movie, so I'm really into this. And also, fucking homegirl Daenerys is in this, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, what is she doing?
I mean, I bet you she's gonna be someone important.
Oh, we didn't see her yet.
No, she's in the trailer. She's in a couple shots.
Oh, okay.
She's got dark hair.
I totally missed it.
Yeah, okay, you know those eyebrows from anywhere. Come on.
I watched it on my phone while I was walking around in the city.
Got you. No, it's just really funny because she got like a ton of work like right after Game of Thrones, and then it kind of fell off. I guess she got her agent was fucking up and putting her in too much bad shit.
Yeah,
I saw her in a Christmas rom-com a couple years ago. That was pretty good.
No, like a
it was
fake
great.
love.
It was
actually,
good.
It was a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I can't remember the name of it. I'll report back later.
Her and Kit Harington had some, I don't know, your agents were struggling.
Which I think is why Kit Harington's going back to Game of Thrones.
Pedro Pascal definitely got the best cut of the cloth on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Despite being the smallest character.
Right. That and Don Cheadle's in this, which I love seeing Don Cheadle in anything.
More of him. Also, update his fucking suit.
Yeah.
Man's running on a 2003 Mac right now. Well, Robert Downey Jr. had 18 suits in one movie. Like, come on, bro. Update that shit.
Right. I do wonder, when he's going to be War Machine again. But, like, it's like between him and Wong, this phase, they've just been randomly everywhere, and I love it. I want a Wong and Rhodey team up.
That'd be amazing.
All right. Next thing. Apparently, this was the one that a lot of people loved. We didn't get to see it, sadly, was Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Quantumania. They showed more Kang stuff. Apparently, he looks dope as hell and is very intimidating, and apparently they get glimpses of MODOK in the stuff.
Wow,
and
that's cool. Damn, that's a lot of stuff happening in an Ant-Man movie. Those are usually the ones that I skipped.
This is and apparently they almost like Kevin Feige almost threw some shade on the first few because apparently during this part of the panel he was like, "This is the one you need to see. Like this will directly link into the Kang Dynasty," and it's like. Basically saying, the first two Ant-Man, you didn't really need to watch them. But this one you need to see.
Y'all know I'm pretty anti-Paul Rudd, so I don't tend to like the Ant-Man movies too much. But
are you really?
I don't really have a problem with Paul Rudd. I just he's got a really punchable face. He always kind of has like a slight smirk on his face that kind of pisses me off too. Like he said something that like, just really uncool and then pretends it's a joke, but it's not. I don't know.
Right.
Ant-Man's fine. I do think they're fine movies. The second one
they're fine.
Definitely better to me than the first one. I'm excited about Kang as a whole.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll finally get to the level of Marvel that we know and love once we get to that.
Right. Next thing. this is kind of funny. Werewolf by Night, their Halloween special.
What is this?
What
is this?
It's I will commit them to the aesthetic of that cool 30s, 40s old school monster look and style. I'm mostly curious, is this going to tie into Moon Knight at the end? Because
interesting.
Moon Knight has fought the Werewolf by Night character at some point. And I do wonder if there's going to be something revealing at the end of this, or if this is literally just a one-off special. I don't believe it. If it is, it's Marvel. They tie everything in.
First things first, seeing that trailer, they got to make those hoods a little less pointy. Y'all gotta. I know it was just probably the way that the seam was at the back was a little weird. It was a little. It's already like really weird, like black and white, so it's kind of hard to see anything. And then I saw those hoods, and I was like, I don't love that. Other than that, it looks interesting.
Yeah,
though. I don't know.
It's Marvel's like. They always said them Doctor Strange movies were horror movies. Man, them movies weren't that scary.
Not scary
so
same Raimi tried, but
this looks to be their actual like first like horror-y stuff. It probably won't be that scary still, but it's a style that's very different that we haven't seen in Marvel before. So yeah,
I like to see them try new things. I think they're learning that the formula is getting a little boring. It's interesting to see them branch out.
Yeah, absolutely. Next thing, like we said, Loki 2. We already talked about how Ke-Huy Quan is joining the cast. Cool. I loved him. He was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I loved him in that. Great to see him have a resurgence.
I hear it's an amazing movie.
Yeah, fucking phenomenal. Apparently Loki 2 also looked great. We'll see the trailer when they drop it. Fucking whenever. Cool. More Kang stuff. More Kang Loki shit, apparently.
Neat.
Echo. It's Echo. Apparently also looked good. Kingpin's gonna be in it. Apparently he's missing an eye because, last time we saw him, he got shot in the face by Echo herself. So
that's
cool.
The girl that was hanging out with Hawkeye in that show.
Yeah, she's the one who's deaf,
hanging out.
Oh, she's deaf. Yeah, I never saw it. They had the dog or whatever, right?
Oh, you might actually like Hawkeye. I thought it was a pretty good.
We talked about it on the cast. You guys were trying to convince me to watch it. It sounded charming and funny, but there's no
watch
time.
It during Christmas time.
She's not the girl with the bow. She's not that one.
Okay.
She starts out as a villain in Hawkeye and eventually clearly not. But yeah, she's deaf and also an amputee. But she can kind of like mimic characters' movements, which is why she's good at fighting and also stuff like that. But she's also has close ties to Daredevil, which is also why Kingpin is in this.
Makes no sense. Because he can't see and she can't talk.
How the fuck do they communicate? I don't know. I don't know how they communicate. I don't know. But yeah, apparently everyone. This also looked great. Interesting choice to have a character. Also, they said this is like the first like fully indigenous people's cast, which is very cool of them. Awesome.
That's cool.
Very nice. Hopefully they'll actually dive into that as well. I would imagine they would. They kind of started that in Hawkeye, so they probably will continue that.
I hope it's a good show. She's not the character that I expected to get her own series, like miniseries.
Right. This is probably the only one where it's like, okay.
Right.
Okay. Sticking with the Daredevil stuff. Daredevil, Born Again. They didn't show anything because they haven't even started this, but Homeboy, Charlie Cox, and Kingpin were on stage talking. They're in it. This is apparently not going to be a continuation of that Netflix series. It is more like a soft reboot. I would imagine they're just going to pick and choose what they want to take from that and then roll with it, but mostly start over.
Neat.
18 episodes is too much, but they should have given him a movie, but whatever. Kevin Feige has the plan.
Do you think they're going to keep it as brutal as the Netflix show, or do you think they're going to dull it down because it's Disney-ified now?
I think they have to. I think there's no way they can make it as brutal as that Netflix show as far as like blood, but I think they'll keep it dark though.
I hope so.
But I don't know.
The Netflix show was the only good Netflix show that existed, in my opinion. Other ones
I mean, it was the most solid out of all 4, 5 of them, whatever. Yeah.
The only Daredevil I saw was the Ben Affleck version.
Oh no, with Carmen Electra.
Which I will honestly say I have a tiny soft spot in it. In my heart for it.
I mean, I watched it when I was 12 the last time.
It's aggressively early 2000s. Like,
oh my god, yes. Nothing but skin tight black leather like the X-Men and Catwoman.
I remember him wearing like ridiculously 2000 style sunglasses, like he was a Cyclops in the X-Men movie.
Yes, yeah, because I think they were even red tinted.
Yeah, that's like burned in, but there's not a lot of other things that I remember about the movie except for those damn sunglasses.
And you don't remember the playground fight where they fight on the seesaw or whatever, and him and Elektra.
Nope,
it's something. That movie is
very early 2000s. Yeah. Next up, this one we gotta talk about this. Thunderbolts. They released the lineup of who is in the Thunderbolts, and the lineup, not gonna lie, they might be hiding stuff. It's an interesting choice.
Who are these Thunderbolts?
They are like in the comics, they're like a group of anti-heroes. They're typically led by Baron Zemo, who was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and also Civil War. He was the villain in that. But this cast, they're mostly good guys.
But
sort
Winter
of
Soldier isn't really an anti-hero anymore.
I was surprised as hell to see him in that, but also it's like they're all just like Captain America, Black Widow people.
Right. You're gonna have to work really hard to get me to like the U.S. agent.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't want to like that man at all. He's
I don't want to either. I hope they just shit on him the whole movie.
Is this gonna be a movie or a show?
This is a movie. This is what ends Phase 5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the cast, we have to mention it. So you got Yelena from Black Widow. You got Red Guardian, who's also in Black Widow, her dad. You got Bucky, U.S. agent. Ghost, who is the villain in Ant-Man 2, which I thought was a very interesting choice. And then Taskmaster from Black Widow, who I also thought was an interesting choice, considering at the end of that movie, spoilers for Black Widow, it seems like Taskmaster takes a turn to be a good person.
Right. The only person that I don't feel sold into turning into a good person is U.S. Agent. I know they were trying to make it seem like
U.S. Agent. Is this a real person, or is this just like a title?
It does kind of sound like it's just an NPC in a video game. U.S. Agent number 3. Yeah. He's a character.
Wyatt Russell?
He's like an anti-hero from Captain
He was
America.
in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he turned
into all these shows I didn't watch are coming back to bite me in the ass.
I told you, you were like, I don't need to watch this.
You can't miss Marvel TV, bro. You can't miss any of it. Can't miss a single movie, even if it's Ant-Man.
Yeah, he was the one who took up the mantle of Captain America when Sam said he put the shield down and didn't want to. And then the U.S. government was like, all right, we'll get this other white boy instead. And he turned out to be a terrible person.
Oh, right.
No offense to the actor. He did a great job in the role. But Chris Evans is immaculately handsome. You did not quite look as handsome in the suit as
no, he did not.
Chris Evans
he did not.
He got a funny face. But
yeah. But this group is just weird because it's like, there's no like meta-human type of people. Like the closest to that is Ghost, who can kind of teleport and turn invisible, sort of. But everyone else is either just like a Captain America or like a Black Widow.
Just some guy. Here I am, some guy. Yeah, I guess he at least has a soldier serum, U.S. agent.
Yeah, so like I guess like you got Bucky, Red Guardian, and U.S. agent who all have the super soldier serum of some kind in their bodies, but it is weird, mostly because people were assuming that you would have Zemo in there as like the leader, maybe Abomination, but maybe. Again, they could be saving that because of She-Hulk happening right now, maybe. So they don't want to spoil stuff. But yeah, I thought there would actually be a lot more like villains in this anti-hero group rather than these heroes that are not really all that bad.
Why the Thunderbolts? That's kind of a lame name for a group.
I'll tell you. Because originally the Thunderbolts was created by General Thunderbolt Ross, who is the military guy who's always after the Hulk in that Incredible Hulk movie, and he becomes the Secretary of Defense. William Hurt, who actually passed away, rest in peace. So I don't know how they're going to creatively come up with this team name in this universe again, but because I think he was also in it because in the comics he turns into Red Hulk with the mustache.
My favorite character. He looks dope.
Which they can no longer do, obviously, but they'll probably give it to someone else. Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to come up with the reason for the name again.
I haven't thought about the Incredible Hulk as the movie probably since it came out. And the fact you just name drop that casually is wild to me.
Ed Norton?
Yeah.
Who made that? Was that Sony?
No, that was Marvel. That was Marvel and Universal, because Universal had the rights to a solo Hulk movie, so they kind of had to collab with them for that.
Yeah, because Ed Norton famously is like never wants to do any sequels. So that sounds completely like a terrible idea for Marvel to do any movie with him, right?
Which sucks because he was good in that movie. I thought he was good.
Yeah. He was good. The movie, yeah.
The movie fucking sucked.
I thought it was fine. It was the second Marvel movie in the MCU. Like it was very early days MCU.
That shit was trash.
Yeah, so Thunderbolts.
We'll see. It doesn't sound too promising.
Oh, I did have one theory that I'm like maybe excited about, but also if it doesn't happen, who cares? I wonder if this is a way, the reason Bucky's on here is because this is their way of having the Winter Soldier finally have his romance with Black Widow, with Yelena, instead of Natasha. Because in the comics, they famously get together, and they never did that, obviously. And this could be their way to kind of do that, but also if they don't, who cares? But I thought that was interesting.
That would be interesting,
But speaking of the Incredible Hulk, Captain America New World Order, they confirmed that dude, homeboy, what's his name? Tim Blake Nelson, who we haven't seen since 2008. He was in The Incredible Hulk. Last time we saw him, he had some Hulk blood ooze onto his head in his open wound, and his brain started to tremble because he turns into the villain, the leader. They're finally bringing him back.
How do you have universe? All this knowledge in your brain still?
I don't know, man, because there's nothing else in there.
That is intense.
That is.
It's all
very
useless
impressive.
knowledge. It's useless knowledge.
Do you think they're gonna give him the stupid big head like Megamind?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
I fucking hope
like
so.
Like they did with Homeboy in that Green Lantern movie. Made the dude look disgusting.
Oh, the big nutsack?
Yeah,
God, I hope not. Oh, hopefully not like that.
The leader
Jesus
is
Christ.
just known for having that big ass head.
He's just a he's got a super intelligent mind now, but he's got a big old noggin.
Wow.
Unfortunately, you also have to be super ugly when you get super smart.
That sounds great.
Right. But he's apparently going to be in this Captain America movie, which is interesting.
The fact that they kept the casting is shout out to you for wanting to keep it like that. But like, there's no reason to. No one would be mad at you if you didn't do that.
Right, but I love that they've been slowly acknowledging the Incredible Hulk movie, like we were saying, Abomination, same actors back as Abomination. Like, look, they've gotten everyone back. Just give me Liv Tyler back, please. I want to see her beautiful face once again in this universe, please. That's all I'm asking. Also, other thing, I love that they're bringing Isaiah Bradley back from the Falcon Winter Soldier show for the movie.
That's awesome.
He was very excited about that.
Probably one of the better parts of that show.
Yeah,
his whole story and everything.
Next up. The Marvels, they showed some footage. Apparently, it looked dope, and it was mostly about the 3 potential Captain Marvels / Miss Marvels are all like swapping bodies on the fly, and they're the biggest mystery is them trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and how to stop it, basically, I would imagine. Nick Fury is also in this. I don't know if this takes place before or after Secret Invasion.
Hopefully he doesn't oversight all the main actors in this movie like he did the original Captain Marvel movie.
I think Miss Marvel is at least charming enough that she'll keep her own. Yeah.
I really hope Carol Danvers doesn't end up being the weakest part of this.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's just because she's the most stoic out of the 3 of them at this point, you know?
Just not. But I mean, they did the same thing. Just do what they did with Thor and just
do Captain America or Thor.
Make them funny. And that's what they do with everyone else. Make them funny. Why not?
I'm excited to see this. This sounds cute and different.
I do want to see more Miss Marvel for sure. I really enjoy that show.
Oh yeah, I think they confirmed her parents are back for this movie.
Oh, let's go!
Always great.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes,
they're hilarious.
I guess they would have to be if Captain Marvel's like in her bedroom, right?
Oh yeah, she just showed up in their house.
Yeah. Dang, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the Marvel portion of this. Then the last thing they showed was the 20th Century Studios thing, which was just, the Avatar stuff, which I heard looked fucking incredible. The 3D, because a lot of interviews came out saying it looks amazing, and they weren't even in like an IMAX theater. They're like in an Expo conference room, and it still looked fucking incredible.
Did they give everybody 3D glasses for it, or?
Yeah, they passed out a bunch of 3D guys. Apparently, they showed like 15 minutes of the movie. They showed like 5 separate scenes.
Wow. The movie's probably like 3 hours long.
I know.
Right. I've been working on it since 2007. Fucking Jesus.
He's been working on it for a long time. But apparently, looked fucking stunning. And James Cameron's done it again. Like, he's just a man of his word. He knows what he's doing.
So what is this movie going to be based on, since they based the other one on Dances with Wolves?
Fern Gully 2.
What is that?
You don't remember Fern Gully? It's basically Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves.
Okay.
It's the same thing, but I think they made a really bad sequel to that movie, so probably based off that.
Yeah, I don't care about Avatar anymore. It's been too long for me to really be immersed in that world anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear
no, because I'm very excited.
Really?
I love that world.
Really?
I think it's beautiful.
It's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna take.
I don't need no more white savior movies in my repertoire.
That is definitely heard.
That's valid, but now, Brian, they're blue saviors.
This is true. He decided to take away his measly white body.
They're cat saviors.
To be a blue man.
I'm one of you.
Is that appropriation?
It may be. Hey,
I feel like in the purest sense,
we could really go in on this movie when
we really could.
It's a problem, man. This movie's a whole problem.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that comes out this Christmassy time or whatever.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah, and then they're releasing the first one again in IMAX the end of this month. So fairly soon. I might actually check it out because I never caught it in theaters, but yeah.
Oh, you never saw it in theaters? Interesting.
No, I missed the boat. Completely.
It was a beautiful thing to see in theaters. I will say that it was a technical marvel at the time that it came out.
Right.
All right, that does it for that whole big shindig. Let's go back to the day before, real quick, to the Disney and Marvel games part of the show.
That was not for me.
No.
Not a single game in that showcase is for people like me.
I'm excited for some of these games.
There's a couple that in there that I thought. There's one that I'm mostly particular. We'll get to the end. This Tron Identity.
I want to know more about this game.
Yeah,
I love Tron.
Apparently, it takes place like 300 years after Tron Legacy, which is very interesting to me.
Huh.
It takes a weird amount of years after that second movie.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't know their reasoning, but yeah, it's like a murder mystery type of game, I think.
Oh.
Oh no!
I don't like that.
Immediately did not like it. Apparently it's like a detective game. I don't know.
Interesting.
Okay, Return to Obra Dinn was a really popular mystery game that came out recently that people love. So if it's anything like that, Return to Obra Dinn.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Like never played it, but I
murder mystery game. Yeah, it got a lot of praise. It's an indie game. People love it. I like things that aren't just the same action cinematic, adventure games that we tend to get. So
you're right.
I mean, you loved. To me, it seems like it might be like a what's that game that you loved and played? That was the allegory for racism and Malcolm X and
Detroit Become Human.
There you go.
Where I literally get to make Malcolm X or Martin Luther King choices.
Yeah.
Okay, fucking bangs. Yeah,
I still need to play it. Yeah, I mean, it looks great.
It's a pretty good.
Next thing that I thought was kind of cute, but Illusion Island. It looks like that Rayman Legends game, but with Disney characters.
Oh yeah,
cute, cool, 4-player co-op. I think. But it's also a Switch-only game, so Alex, this one's for you.
Interesting.
It looks pretty dope, actually. I think there's
a lot of Switch stuff popping up on here. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the trailer again. I did watch this. This looks pretty cool.
That's probably my favorite thing.
It's like a new Mario. I'm wondering how all the characters work independently. If they're like just all the same, or if any of them are like unique or whatever. They don't show enough gameplay, but it looks cute.
Luigi jumps higher.
Luigi's not in this.
He was able to jump higher.
They don't have Luigi. They got Goofy.
Goofy probably jumps higher.
Yeah, I think Goofy's the equivalent. He's the tallest. He's the Luigi of the Disney universe.
There is one moment where you see Goofy like squeezing a bottle of mustard that comes out of nowhere while he's falling to like make his fall go a little bit slower. Yeah, I do imagine they all have like different like jump mechanics or like rolling mechanics.
Right. I like the style. I like the art style. It looks cute.
Maybe Loki a hit.
Speaking of Loki hits, we'll see. Alex, this one is the most intriguing to you. I feel like Midnight Suns, that card.
Yes.
Co-op,
I'm excited.
Not co-op combat game.
The new trailer didn't look that hot, but I'm super excited about it. I think it's gonna be cool. I love a tactical RPG game.
Yeah. I like that I found it interesting that they're doing like these weird prequel shorts, like a bunch of them about I think each character, which I was like, oh.
Oh, they're trying to do an Overwatch thing.
I guess so.
Like short films before the game comes out.
Yeah,
interesting.
I think the first one releases soonish.
I mean, there are a handful of characters in there that are like really deep cuts in the Marvel comics that I'd never heard about.
I like the idea of getting to change the costume. That's the only thing that appeals to me about this game.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't want to play this game.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pass on this one. Yeah, unless that's like amazing.
I think it's gonna be cool, guys. I think they messed themselves up with the whole marketing the cards, like the card gimmick.
Right. They really kept that like under the wire for a long time, and then they're like,
really?
Here you go.
I feel like that was the first thing I heard about was like, it's a card based game, and I was like, nope.
Listen,
maybe I missed that.
I played
That's
Kingdom
funny.
Hearts Chain of Memories, and I hated every single hour I spent playing that game. So I don't know if I can do this one, guys.
I saw like a bunch of like videos about it because I was like, maybe I could give it a chance. Like tactical RPGs are my jam. And it seems like the card aspect is really just a naming convention that they unfortunately chose for just a way to randomize the encounters a little bit more. I think it's gonna be cool. We'll see though.
Yeah, that comes out this year. They did a bunch of stuff that we don't really care about. Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Snap, which is a card game like every Hearthstone. I don't know, whatever. They just did a Marvel version of it. Who cares? They showed off some Aliens Dark Descent, which is another thing like Alex up your alley. It looks like an XCOM-y type of game. Cool.
Interesting.
Whatever. This one I'm excited about, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, mostly because I like that universe, but it's also made by Ubisoft, I'm pretty sure, so it's going to be open world collectathon.
Climb to the top of this tower. And
it's probably going to be beautiful, though.
1 out of 12.
It's probably going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Return to Monkey Island, never played it. Cool. That game's coming out.
People love those games, though.
I was about to say, those games are like very well received, so it'd be kind of cool to see that pop up again in 2022.
Yeah, this is what, the fourth one now?
I have no idea.
I think it's either 3 or 4. Those games are really beloved, but I definitely never played any of them.
Yeah, I'm not. That old school adventure game just wasn't my vibe.
Yeah, I think that's like you gotta be a couple years older than we are, but that's cool.
This one I'm excited about. They just announced this. They're remastering an old school Gargoyles game, side scroller.
That is interesting.
Hell yeah, that's just my jam.
I mean, the Turtles in Time was really that was really well received.
Right? Yeah.
I never even liked Gargoyles growing up, to be completely honest with you. I used to always change the channel when that show came on. I hated that show.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't vibe with that show at all.
Damn.
Interesting.
Oh, I love that show.
To me.
Wow, just going back to that theme song. Oh, so good. That was a dope show.
I knew it was time to watch Nickelodeon when that shit came on. I was like, nope. Change that channel.
I would have thought that was right up your alley even now.
Maybe now it is, but I don't know. As a kid, I couldn't get into it.
It's got Keith David,
it does
man.
Have Keith David.
You weren't that dark yet.
Yeah, maybe that is. I wasn't so dark and stormy back then. I still had a little bit of hope for life.
Next thing that looks pretty interesting. We skipped some other stuff. Whatever. Speedstorm, basically Disney's Mario Kart. Let's see if this works.
I don't like how realistic it almost looks.
I missed this.
That's kind of
okay.
I'm gonna check this out right now.
I see what you're saying.
It's a little visually too much for me. At least for the trailer. Maybe the trailer won't actually really look like that.
At least the human characters. All the actual like cartoon characters look like themselves, but the human characters have very stylized.
We're getting into this weird thing, and I'm gonna go into a little bit more of my free-for-all thing, where we get into this place where graphics are getting so good that it's making things look a little uncanny when they're not realistic. You know what I mean? Because you have like these beautiful drop shadows and lighting effects on like Goofy, but then it's still goofy, so it just looks weird and like clay-like almost. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It looks off, and I'm not like, and I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
because you still want to make a game be, better fidelity than it used to be in a PS2 game. But I feel like a PS2 game almost suited that kind of character better.
Right.
So yeah. I don't know. I mean, kart races are fun. I am the kind of person I will tell you that the Sonic All Stars is one of the best races I've ever played before in my life. Better than Mario Kart. So
I can't believe you because you love Sonic.
Yeah, y'all don't. I 100%ed that game, and I don't even fucking
damn.
I don't even like racing games like that. That game is fucking dope.
Wow.
So yeah, I love seeing new kart racers to battle out with. Crash Team Racing was a good one back in the day.
I remember that one. Yeah,
I remember. There's an old school Disney kart racer that takes place like in Disney World. Like so, like each level was like a different like ride. Man, on PS. This is like PS1.
Oh, you know that shit was
like, this is super old. Yeah.
Wow.
But I was like, if they make this shit like that or like breed old tracks in that, I'd be so down. That'd be so fun.
Speedstorm though, that's a weird name.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, whatever.
They were just
I don't know.
Pulling anything out the hat.
That was the thesaurus grab. Yeah. Brian, very quickly, because I think you're the one that's actually played this. Tell us about Dreamlight Valley.
Wait,
I'm actually
this?
not going to tell you anything about Dreamlight Valley because it is my free-for-all.
I was about to say, okay. I had a feeling.
All right, but yeah, it's been in early access. It actually just came out on the 6th of September.
Oh, cool.
And I believe it's really well received right now. People are loving it, and they're just going to be adding some new content to it ahead of early access. It's supposed to be a free-to-play game, which is wild.
Right
now, it costs money to get in if you want to play it early.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, save it. All right, we'll get back to this. Avatar Reckoning. It's a mobile Avatar game. Look like crap. I don't care. Whatever. I remember I saw this trailer and I thought this was like the console open world game. I was like, this game looks like ass.
But it's funny though, because like if you think of it on the phone, that looks amazing for a phone.
Oh yeah, I know.
I thought the same thing with the Assassin's Creed thing that we saw. And I was like, damn, this is like shit. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's on my phone? That looks awesome.
Right. I was so like upset. I was like, oh damn, man. I was so excited.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. It's like a shooter or something, but it's like on the phone.
Yeah.
It looks weird.
Whatever.
The gun customization looks cool, but I probably won't play that.
This game I'm jazzed for. This is Untitled game. They don't have a title for it yet. It's but it's made by the Uncharted creator, Amy Hennig. It's her Marvel game. We found out it takes place in World War II. It is a Captain America Black Panther game. It's not T'Challa. It's his great grandfather, or no, just his grandfather, Azuri. You get to play as 4 characters. There's no co-op, but it's Cap. It's a very young Cap. It's Black Panther. What's his name? Gabriel Jones, who was one of the Howling Commandos that served with Cap, and then a Wakandan spy named Nanali, who's like I think she was a comics character, but a very minor one. But very little is known, although Amy Hennig has said it's like if you played any of my games, you kind of know what to expect. So I would imagine it's going to be a cool Uncharted action adventure game with Cap and Black Panther.
You know they fighting racism. They know they're fighting some Nazis.
They're fighting racism, and they're not taking any names.
Fuck yes, dude. A whole game where you get to be Black Panther killing some Nazis is dope as hell.
I really wonder how the other two characters are going to come into play, like the spy and the soldier. Like,
I only want to play Black Panther.
That seems interesting.
Yeah. I do wonder how the actual combat's going to work. I wonder if it's going to be more of like a Batman Arkham game, or is it going to be an Avengers game?
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Well, I assume, I haven't played Uncharted, but I know those games are really well received. So I assume it's going to be a little bit better than that Avengers shit. Not that the combat was bad, but it was pretty repetitive.
But I think my question is because the Uncharted games are so like more like ranged combat shooters, where it's like, I don't know how you do that with a Cap and Black Panther character. So that's what I'm mostly interested in.
Give him a gun like Shadow the Hedgehog. Black Panther just doesn't get pop out.
So yeah, I'm very excited for that. That game's probably not coming for quite some time, but yeah, very excited and glad to see her doing her thing because she's great. And the last thing they showed, who gives a fuck? Pokemon Go creators are making a Marvel game. Cool.
Oh, interesting.
Everyone will play it for a summer and then be done. Yeah.
I think people are still playing Pokemon. I mean, obviously, but I think it's like really popular still.
Is it?
It depends on where you live.
If
Bigger
not
cities
still, then maybe it's making like a comeback. I just know my wife's younger brother and her niece, they're playing. So they're the demographic, you know what I'm saying? If they're doing it, it's pretty cool.
I'll do it every once in a while. I'll load it back up and catch a couple Pokemon and then not turn it on for the next 8 months. So
fair enough. All right, last thing very quickly. Let's get through this Disney Pixar stuff because let's be honest, none of this is really super appealing to us. But they showed a Hocus Pocus 2 trailer.
I love Inside Out. I don't love it.
I still never seen it.
It's
Whoa. That's a great
There's
movie.
A lot of things on here that I have, like there are maybe sequels and Pixar movies that it takes me, I don't know why, but it takes me forever to try to get, I still haven't seen Toy Story 4. It takes me forever to get into like the mood to watch an animated movie for some reason, and I don't know why.
It takes they're always going to be good and maybe make you cry.
They always make you cry. It's probably why I don't want to watch them. The first 30 minutes will always make you cry.
Toy Story 4, it gets a little sad. I'm not going to lie. That said, they should have ended with 3. But it's still a good movie.
But yeah, so we were just talking about that. Inside Out 2 was announced. I know that first one's apparently amazing. So cool.
Anyone could have pitched that movie to me, I would have thought it was the worst shit I've ever heard before in my life. What if feelings had feelings? Like, what the fuck? Good movie.
But Hocus Pocus 2, I'm slightly worried about this movie.
It's not going to be good.
Because that first one is so good. Yeah, but this trailer, not going to lie, looked cheap as fuck.
I think they're relying on pure nostalgia for this one. And
yeah, man.
I'm not
feeling
that one too hard.
It's not even coming out in October. It's coming out September 30th. What are they doing?
30th.
I saw this black guy in a Netflix movie. I don't know the actor's name. And he was the better part of it. It was a trash movie that had Rebel Wilson in it. Movie fucking sucked. But that guy was good. So I like to see that he's getting
I've seen him himself. Yeah. He's a funny guy.
So that's cool to see him do more stuff. Get that Disney money. I see you, boy.
Hell yeah. Disenchanted. Never saw Enchanted. Cool.
This is a sequel to Enchanted?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I hear people love that first movie.
Yeah, I never saw it, but it apparently is really good.
Yeah.
I love it like a, it seemed like a kind of like a funny, like self-aware, like we're making fun of the whole princess and musical type of thing. It sounds super promising. I've only heard great things about this movie as like even now as an adult. So that's cool that they're making a new one.
I recall seeing it on TV and thinking it was fine. Is that fucking Patrick? What's
Patrick
his name?
Dempsey? Hell yeah.
McDreamy?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. McDreamy and Amy Adams.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. He's way older than her, isn't he?
I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Amy Adams is in her 40s, maybe.
Oh, that's fair. You look good for being in her 40s.
She looks great. Yeah. Yeah, Peter Pan and Wendy, they didn't show anything cool. Haunted Mansion, but hopefully it'll be better than that Eddie Murphy movie. Cool.
Oh.
I was mostly curious about Snow White because it looks like they got a name change. It's just Snow White. I wonder if this has anything to do with when they first announced this movie, the whole Seven Dwarfs thing. People were real mad about it.
Oh, right.
So I wonder
people were pissed.
Didn't what's his face get like
Peter Dinklage was pissed.
Yeah. He got pretty big about that.
He did say something.
Yeah, which we talked about that, and there's both sides to that story. But yeah, Snow White, cool. This one's gonna be useless. Mufasa, the Lion King prequel, live action Mufasa origin story. Who the fuck cares?
Another live action Lion King?
Yes. Except,
I mean, even that movie sucked, it made $1 trillion. So of course they're gonna make another one.
Damn.
I don't care about Mufasa.
I thought it was collectively terrible. I thought we decided as a people that we didn't want that.
Nah, kids said fuck that.
Remember how Venom was super bad and it made a ton of money, and so they made a second one that was worse?
Yeah, thanks to China for that one. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
It's gonna make money.
I don't think they can sell me on this one. I don't think I'm gonna
go see this.
Are they
gonna bring James Earl Jones in there?
Probably not, I would imagine.
If they don't, like, what's the point?
Is he doing voice work anymore?
I don't think he didn't even do the Star Wars one. They used the computer to do that. So then maybe they'll do that with this too. I don't know.
Oh no.
Who was Mufasa in the remake?
James Earl Jones. He came back and did it for that too. Yeah.
Yeah. This sounds bad.
It's gonna be weird. I don't know.
If he's not in the movie, it's gonna be worse than bad.
Because he's younger, they're gonna get like John Boyega.
Right. Okay.
It's gonna be John Boyega or something.
Does he want to do anything Disney anymore, or is it just Star Wars that he's mad at?
I think it's just Star Wars he's mad at, but I don't know.
Okay, I forget. I remember he said something. He was talking wild on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know.
And almost was risking his whole career over that shit, but he was definitely pretty big about not doing this kind of stuff anymore.
Right, yeah.
Man, if they made this a cartoon, this would be cool as hell.
It is a cartoon. It's just a realistic looking cartoon.
No, yeah. Okay. If it was just regular old animated and not like supposed to be hyper realistic.
I agree.
We're not getting drawn animation anymore. It's too hard. It takes too much time.
Yeah.
And people are lazy.
Yeah, for sure. I'll take like a Pixar Inside Out style, or I'll take that.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I do think some things that are coming out live action don't need to be live action, and I think this is one of these things. Well, live action, quote unquote.
Right.
It's CG, but.
Is this also one of them, Brian? How do you feel about this? The Little Mermaid teaser.
People are talking crazy about this on the social media because we're talking about the one with Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. Yeah, sorry.
I just want to call her Halle Berry all the time too. Yeah,
right. I was trying so hard not to do that.
When the movie got announced, are people hating on the trailer now?
Well, yeah, just because she's black. Yeah,
that's all it is. It's just that she's black.
I don't care. She got red hair. That's all. That was the only stipulation I had for this movie.
Now, I saw a TikTok that someone was talking about how it's stupid to even think about. Aside from the fact that mermaids aren't real, this is all fucking fake. So fantasy doesn't have to have color. But it doesn't make any sense because blah blah blah. This mermaids were made as a fairy tale that actually existed in the Middle East, the Mediterranean Sea, which of course you have Africa, the Middle East, Europe, which means it'd be very possible that they'd be black mermaids. Because that's literally.
I hate that we have to have these conversations.
Right. There's no reason to because it doesn't fucking matter because it's not real.
We're talking about the logistics of a mermaid.
But it's fucking stupid. But nerds are weird and racist. And
it's mostly grown men. It's like, y'all ain't going to watch this? What
You're not going to watch this fucking.
And that's my thing is it's sad that she's getting so much flack for it. Right. Imagine being a grown-ass man getting mad because it's not my Ariel. None of them should be your Ariel, you weird bitch. What the fuck? You're 38, bro. Get a life.
Nah,
damn.
Yeah.
She sounds good though. I'll give her that.
I hear that it's because her performance was so amazing that she was chosen in the first place. So it wasn't a fucking weird warp take that everyone seems to think it is.
Yeah.
It's because she was the best one for the role, so she got the role.
Right.
This movie's probably gonna suck. I'm being completely honest.
Nah, man, I got hopes for it.
I'm excited.
Also, like Lin-Manuel's writing some new music for it. I'm in. Yeah.
It's live action Disney, bro. It's gonna suck.
Hey, Aladdin was great.
I don't know, Brian. Like, pump the brakes. Like, Lion King was terrible, yes, but like Aladdin was amazing. Beauty and the Beast was pretty good.
Aladdin was okay. Beauty and the Beast was also just okay. A little bit less okay than Aladdin. Moana was fucking trash.
Okay, I did not see that.
That one I thought was, that one was okay. I didn't think it was terrible, but
Lion King was terrible.
It's like 50-50. I mean, Lion King was an anomaly. That should not even count.
I think the fact that this one's got probably most people would say like the best Disney music. I think that's what it's gonna lean on. So it'll get the nostalgia. Hell yeah.
We'll see. I'm not interested in it as a whole. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
It was never my favorite, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I never hope that anything's bad. I do want to hope that it's good.
Right.
Especially as a slap in the face to anybody that talks shit about it because of the racial aspect of
right.
it. So then I want it to be the best movie ever.
Makes sense.
So Halle Bailey can get even more jobs playing white people.
Yeah. Pixar announced a bunch of other stuff like Elemental, some other movies. Elio, which is a kid going into space and being the ambassador of the Earth. Cool.
Oh, hell yeah. That sounds great.
We can tell Oscar doesn't like Pixar movies.
No, I just like that.
What he's talking about.
glossing over the best movies of the year.
Well, they just didn't. They didn't give us much. There's no trailers, no teasers like Little Mermaid or anything like that. But yeah,
they're gonna be great.
Yeah, they probably will.
Tell me a bad Pixar movie that is not Cars.
I was like, damn it.
That's the one we just don't talk about, Cars.
You got me. This one was actually kind of interesting. Was Iwaju, because this was the first Disney animation collaboration since in 100 years with an outside studio. They're apparently calling it a love letter to Nigeria.
Oh,
it's a show. I believe it's a show. It takes place in a futuristic Lagos, which that just sounds cool and in general. So dope.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Then not some other show called Win or Lose. Cool. Pixar's first show, like long form show. Cool. It's about a baseball team. Cool.
Neat.
This one's weird. Wish. It's a story that's gonna have like brand new music and yada yada. It's about like the creation or how that that when you wish upon a star that wish. It's about that. It's the origins of that. What the hell?
Oscar, you sound so bitter. This is so like sweet and heartfelt.
I'm just like, Disney reaching a lot. So
that's funny. That's funny.
I mean that is a reach, but hey, I think that's cool.
It sounds cool. Like it sounds almost like meta because it says it takes place in a kingdom called the Kingdom of Wishes, which is like the first kingdom that before any of the other Disney World kingdoms, which I didn't know those were canon, like real things. But
oh, interesting.
It's like a weird meta
Kingdom
movie.
Hearts there.
I would hope so. That'd be dope.
Kind of find some Keyblades.
I would watch a Kingdom Hearts movie today, now.
Right, absolutely. Give me a Kingdom Hearts movie or show, Disney. Come on.
Let's
cowards.
Go.
Cowards.
And yeah, that is the Disney Pixar stuff. The rest, only thing that highlighted me was National Treasure. We kind of talked about it off podcast. They're making a show. Is Nicolas Cage going to be in it? Who knows? It'd be pretty funny though.
You're probably still in bankruptcy. You probably need to get a couple more jobs, bro. Buying them dinosaur bones. You better get to fucking work, dude.
Damn. You're not wrong, though. That was should show the trailer. Some Percy Jackson stuff that I never was attached to those books or those old, terrible movies. The Santa Clauses also don't care about Tim Allen and those other not terrible. People like those movies, but I never cared
the thought of it is super
like
fucking dark. I've only seen the first one, but the fact that he kills Santa, it's like, what is going on here?
He kills the man and takes his damn clothes and his job.
It's weird. It's a weird universe, that whole series.
That movie could easily take place in Chicago. It'd be the same movie.
I feel like nobody even cared. He's like, oh, he's dead? Well, you got the boots, right? All right,
man, fucking like blows up or like disintegrates or something weird too. Like it's just like, what is happening, dude? This is dark.
I wonder if that I hope that happens to Tim Allen at the end of the series.
He just disintegrates.
But yeah, weird. And then
problematic but great.
Yeah. Proud Family. Never watched season 1, but a season 2. Cool. Glad they're still making that show because that show was funny as a kid.
Whoa, you never watched Proud Family?
They rebooted it. They had a whole first season. I think it's been out on Disney Plus.
Whoa.
And they showed the trailer for season 2. Yeah.
People said it's pretty good. I haven't watched it.
That's crazy.
I haven't watched it.
I was still waiting for it to come out.
No.
I thought this was it. It's still coming.
Yeah, it was very under the radar when it actually came out. I didn't know either.
They didn't put a lot of PR around it for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that is D23, everyone. We didn't cover everything, but also we covered a lot, so that's enough.
All the important bits, including Pixar, Oscar.
Hey,
Oscar.
I don't hate Pixar. I just think Up sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn. Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Right,
I'm just kidding. I haven't even seen Up, so I can't.
You'll cry in the first 30 minutes.
Which is also probably shocking. I have seen the first 10 minutes, and yes, that's probably why I didn't want to continue that movie.
That movie is made to cry. That is a cry movie for sure.
Says the man who's played The Last of Us 18 times.
Damn, got him.
Touche.
The last time we recorded, he's like, yeah, I played The Last of Us, and they got me again. I cried first 10 minutes, but I kept going.
That's fair. All right, guys. Shall we? Oh, wait. Fuck. I glad I didn't forget. In the Marvel panel, I must say also, they had a full live performance of Rogers, the musical song from Hawkeye. And I think that is absolutely amazing and hilarious.
Wow.
They really committed to that bit, huh?
They did. They did. I almost forgot about that. I had to mention that.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
So funny. Love it.
Respect that.
Make a whole musical. Fucking just do it.
Just
Disney.
do it. Yeah, why
just
not?
do it. Why not?
Easy money.
Oh, you know what has a lot of great music? Pixar movies.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
Mm-hmm.
Pixar movies,
saying.
do they? No, they don't. Not like ones that aren't musicals. They don't. Does Pixar do musicals?
I mean, if they're not musicals, they at least have like good soundtracks.
That's fair. That's fair enough. That's true. That's true. All right, I'll give you that.
But I feel like there's some better musicals. I don't know.
I don't know if there are. I think that's mostly the Disney side.
Anyway, that's gonna be next week,
Yeah.
guys. We're gonna do a
Yeah.
Pixar episode. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. With that, shall we move on to our final segment of the week?
Yeah.
Which we like to call Free for All, title pending. This is a segment of listeners. We can kind of do whatever we want. We can recommend something. We can take a nap. We can rant. We can fight. We can talk about Disney Dreamlight Valley. Brian, would you like to go first?
I would love to go first to talk about a game we talked about last week. How I've been playing a lot of chores games because I don't know. I've been having trouble finding like a game to really immerse me and like get me into the headspace of like wanting to go through a 100-hour bullshit Assassin's Creed Valhalla, whatever. So I've been playing a lot of shorter games or a lot of chores-based games, and this game kind of just popped out of nowhere. Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is out on all systems right now in early access as of September 6th, including Switch, PS5. I'm playing it on PC. Like I said, it's in early access right now. It costs different tiers to get like founders packs or whatnot to play early. But the game is due out sometime 2023. I'm not exactly sure. I think they say it's going to be in development in early access for at least 6 months. So it just came out this month, so we probably won't see anything until spring,
right
at the earliest.
Wow,
for this game to actually come out. But this game, this game has no business being this fucking good.
Wow.
This game is fucking awesome, man. I fucking love this game.
Wow.
So I don't know, man. I've been addicted to this game like this entire weekend, and I'm really not sure. I am running a fucking sweatshop farm right now. I have a 750 plot farm that I'm just chilling out.
He's got Goofy and Donald working the fields, man.
It's so funny because this is for people that don't know what this game is about. Disney Dreamlight Valley is, I guess, the most appropriate way to describe it is like Animal Crossing mixed with like Stardew Valley and The Sims, basically.
Okay.
Where it's like a life simulator and also basically like the chore simulator thing, where it's like you mine, you cook, you farm, you do all these things, but then it also has this interesting part about it that it's like actually has a storyline. So you actually do quests and stuff as well to like, save the world from whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. It's a Disney stuff.
Pollution.
It is basically pollution, actually. There is pollution that's happening there. But yeah, so you meet all these cool characters in their little realms and stuff. There's different biomes that you go to, Sandy Shores and Disneyland, and
right.
So I'm in some weird forest right now with Elsa and what's the guy's name? I don't fucking know his name. Kristoff or whatever.
Oh, the guy with the reindeer.
Yeah. I've been there with him. But it's so funny because like you basically try to become friends with all these people and hanging out. So you can hang out with the characters. You level them up when you hang out with them. Hanging out is getting them to basically do slave labor for you. It's just fucking free labor. It's just like they help me as I go out and farm, and then Mickey like gives me some more seeds or something, and that's what I get for hanging out with him. So it's really just cheating people into doing your work for you when it comes down to
Damn.
But the creation is really interesting. There's a lot of cosmetics, of course, you get to buy from Scrooge McDuck, like all these housing items, and clothing items, and stuff like that. I thought was super cool. I am not a Disney adult. I think that Disney adults are super fucking cringe.
I don't know. You sound like you are now.
That being said, like what you like I'm not gonna be mad at someone for enjoying something. People gonna enjoy things, but man, this game fucking bangs. And what I appreciate the most about this game is you don't have to be a super Disney person to be into it. Like they give you normal ass clothing options. You don't have to be wearing, Mickey ears and running around in Elsa's dress, looking crazy or anything like that. I can just be wearing just fucking clothes. Same with your housing stuff. You don't just have to have a giant Mickey Mouse mirror staring at you every single day, and you just get a normal ass mirror. I think
but you should.
But you should. And you also get to collect super cool stuff. Like I have like a whole like full size figure of Buzz Lightyear, his suit in my home, just chilling. And it's like I'd probably actually buy that if I had fuck you money like I do in this game. So like absolutely, this makes a lot of sense. But I don't know. It's hitting. It's hitting that spot, and being free to play when it comes out is
right.
I'm surprised. So I assume it's going to get loaded with microtransactions. Right now, they
Yeah.
seem pretty lax on it. So
Either that, yeah, or like a all cosmetic
DLC
stuff.
maybe, cosmetics, DLC. They said they do want to add some paid DLC at some point, so maybe that'll be how they
Is
start
it
getting their
one of
money.
those games though, where like you have to wait to finish tasks like hours or days type of thing?
So no, you are allowed to game this game like super intense if you want to, and I really appreciate that.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no actual like time gating, which I was worried about
Oh,
as well.
okay.
You do have this thing called energy that made me think it was gonna be some mobile game bullshit where if I ran out of energy, I was done for the day. But you
Right.
can just pop 3 apples in your mouth and you're back at it.
As we do.
Well, that's probably what you're gonna have to pay for. You're gonna pay for the apples, right?
Pay for that? I hope not. Yeah, right now you can just forage them off of the trees and stuff.
Oh,
You can also
okay.
cook your own food. And all that
Let
kind
me
of
tell you something. I'm gonna be foraging that shit.
You're gonna be
paid
You're gonna
for
be
it.
sitting at an apple tree for hours.
Like, oop, looks like your hammer broke. Would you like to buy a new one?
Right. And I
So
hope
you
they
can
don't
make
get
some apples?
grotesque about it. But right now, I've been having a lot of fun with it because
That's
I mean,
cool.
if you want to just completely some people have done it, just speed run the game and go crazy and have millions of dollars and say fuck Scrooge McDuck. You can do that if you want. They're not stopping you from that. And it seems like it's pretty well fleshed out already. So I'm surprised this game isn't out yet. I don't know what's
Right.
going to happen in its first iteration, but I know a lot of games are doing this now, where they're doing their early access bullshit to pretend that the game is going to come out.
It has an excuse to be broken in some ways.
Yeah. I know games that have been in early access for 5 years now. Fortnite just got out early access.
Right. It's so stupid. Nice though. That's awesome. Yeah. This game was like, I piqued my interest when we saw a trailer for it a couple months ago. So yeah, it looks fun, but I was like, I can't play this. This will take up too much time. No,
Listen, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be on this podcast. I want to be farming my fucking pumpkins and making $1 million right now so that I can buy Scrooge McDuck's house. I'm buying that man's life. I'm the new venture capitalist.
Brian's gonna be the richest man in Disney World.
I'm gonna buy the land for under this idiot. Fuck him.
Oh
He's
man,
been
that's funny.
extorting me for money this entire time, pissing me off. Every single time. Oh, you have a new friend you want to move in? Give me $10,000 and I'll make that work for you. Fuck you, bro. She was gonna die if I didn't save her. You charge me $10,000 for it? You piece of shit. Way worse than Tom Nook in Animal Crossing for sure.
Wow.
That's funny. Very nice. I can quickly go next. Because of Disney Plus Day, there were a couple things. I already talked about the Andor special. Disney also did this other weird special thing on Disney Plus called Remembering. It was like a Brie Larson short film.
Oh no.
But it was fine. Yeah, she's barely in it. But it's like a cutesy be a child imagination thing. But they did this weird thing where they tied an app to it, and it creates like an AR environment for in it through your phone as you watch the film. And I was like, I'll try it, see what it looks like. It was it was very underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It's
bummer.
It's AR for like 15 seconds in one portion of this only like 8-minute short. So it's like, oh, okay, and now you're done. All right, but it was cool. It was like they were just experimenting. It was
I had to download a whole app for this. Fuck y'all for that.
Yeah. It's not on my phone now, but yeah. So it was cute. They released a couple of things on Disney Plus, but yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever gone to like an AMC movie theater like early where they let you do the AR games on there. Those are kind of fun.
I've seen them. I've never done them though.
I've done them once, and it wasn't terrible. That's fun little stupid games that you can play on like your computer or something, like Space Invaders, but it's on your phone. It's AR. It's kind of cool.
Oh, neat.
That's cool. Yeah.
I like that. All right. Well, I guess it's my turn. I did not play any new games, unfortunately. Surprise, surprise.
What, you didn't get into the different computer game like Minesweeper or Solitaire?
No, still playing Minesweeper.
This week is Spider Solitaire.
But no, I have a slightly different free for all today. Bambi and I did some celebrating this past weekend. It's her birthday. She turned 30.
Yeah.
She's joining the 30 club.
Yep.
Yep. So we did I wanted to take her out somewhere nice for celebrate, have a nice dinner. And we actually went to this place in Brooklyn that we've been wanting to try for a long, long time. It's this little spot called Industry City. I don't know if any listeners has ever been to Brooklyn, but it's basically like I feel like every city has its own different kind of like food hall cafeteria style where there's like lots of different food options. I've been to a couple. There's one in Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's probably one in every city, but I feel like this one, Industry City, might be like the best one because they have like a couple different food halls, But the place that we went, the food hall that we went to, was all Japanese
Oh,
food.
yes. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Let me tell you. And it was fucking great. We got there and I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go to the sushi spot because I heard it's like fire. We get there, we were not ready. This sushi was fucking. We were way too broke to be at this. We had no business being at this sushi spot. But let me tell you, this was the best damn sushi that we've had in our lives.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was the kind of sushi where you order a sushi. And it's not a roll.
It's one piece.
It's a sushi.
Damn.
It is one damn thing.
No.
Getting small plates.
Okay. Maybe we'll order a couple and maybe try something else because it's a food hall.
Right.
Like this one little space was in the corner. It was like a little bit more quiet. It's like okay, we'll just order a couple and then we'll find some other food and do our thing. But man, that was fucking good.
He said
And the guy, there was just one person there. He was like the chef, and he was like, yeah. So just order whatever you want. And we're like, can we have the salmon roll? He's like, there's not a roll. Like it's just sushi. And I'm like, yeah, we love sushi. He's like, he really tried letting us know. He's like, it's not. It's like
before you spend hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. I mean, they had the prices there. And now we were like looking at the menu. We're like, okay, we're pretty sure this is what the situation is.
Right.
But man, we were not ready for how fucking good it was. It was so delicious.
Ugh.
And you could see him preparing the sushi in the back. He's like, just the way he was like walking was like, he was like gliding through the restaurant.
Man was magical.
He was just it was like he was like Daredevil or something. Like he didn't need to be looking at anything. He just like had the place memorized.
He's like the back echolocation.
It was beautiful just to watch him like make the sushi with his hands and slice the fish, and then he would just like present it to you, and then you would eat it, and everything just melts in your mouth.
Ugh.
Sushi making
sounds
It was great. We went there, then we got some other food, we got some ramen.
Oh.
We hung out in the little back area. We just chilled out with the baby. There's all these lights that turned on because we got there at like the perfect fucking time. There's all these lanterns and beautiful lights. And Cleo, our little baby, was just like having the time of her life. She's like, I have never been anywhere like this, guys. This is so fucking cool.
And you're like, neither have I.
She didn't say that, obviously, but that's what she said. It was really cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's somewhere that we've been wanting to try out for a long time. We heard about it when we first moved here, and we just never been. So my advice to you listeners and you too, anybody who's out there listening, if there's any recommendations, non-media based, that you've heard and is on your back burner, I challenge you and I dare you to just go out and do it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Hell yeah.
Get out there and try something. Because it might be some really good sushi.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. That sounds fucking...
Yeah, when you guys come back to visit one day, that's where we're going.
That sounds like heaven.
This might be the only place that we go to whenever we go out. We just go there. There's so many restaurants, and we just went to the Japanese little section.
Right. Fuck yeah.
10 out of 10.
Very nice. Well, that is our show, listeners. We hope you enjoyed it. You can email us at thefortressof@gmail.com, fortress.four. Feel free to email us any questions or feedback or recommendations or stories or anything like that. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and the YouTube channel at The Fortress of. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cat.
Whoop, whoop.
Travel. Go to eat different foods. Everyone should experience more food. Eat more food. And then listen to our podcast while you eat that food.
Boom.
And mail me some.
Yeah, please. One sushi.
one
sushi. Send it to our Gmail account.
Thank you, Brian, for the art. Thank you, Alex, for the music. Devin, thank you for being here as usual. You can find Brian on Instagram. Find Brian on Instagram at ITZ_, by the way. Alex at Peterson Films. Devin, you can find him somewhere.
We don't even know where he is right now.
We don't know where he is. He's somewhere.
He's a fucking vagabond, officially. He's making his dreams come true.
Yeah, speaking of doing things, just going and doing it. There you go. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, Devin is the embodiment of that. Also, thank you, Jackie, for helping edit the podcast every week. Next week, who knows? We'll see. Might be another Lord of the Rings movie. Might not be. We'll see.
Might be Pixar's.
Might be Pixar's.
All the Pixar's.
Might be baby stuff. Baby names. Might be something else. Who knows? We'll let you guys know, though.
Are you guys having a baby?
No.
Me and Brian? Maybe one day.
I don't know.
We haven't really talked about it much.
Stay tuned.
I don't think we're ready for a second podcast baby yet. Thank you everyone for listening again. Happy holidays, and put a code on. Let's code out there.
Monsters Inc. is the best Pixar movie.
Fuck yes. That's your new sign off. You must say that every
Oscar,
week.
you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote on that matter. If that's probably the only one you've seen. I don't think you get a vote.
All right, I'm ending this podcast. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you here next week in another episode of the Fourtress Sep.
Is it the only one that you've seen?